Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's the Political Brown Kid here, back again with another video. And what I wanted to do was I just kind of wanted to make a comment because I used to watch, I forget the channel that it is. I know it's a discussion panel, usually I think Anton Daniels. I hope I got his last name correctly. He's usually on the panel. Mr. Let Go is on the panel, and a few others. They have like normally four men, 4 women on this panel. And they normally talk, and I used to always kind of get not upset, but just kind of strike just a slight bit of a nerve when I used to hear Mr. Let Go say that women are children. And so I just saw a video that he did just the other day when he was just saying women are children. So I saw it again, but this time I saw it differently because after thinking about it, I actually said, you know what? Because in a way it sounds pretty, um, it sounds very negative, and it's definitely not a compliment. It's definitely, a put down. But and so I was like, man, that's pretty harsh to say about someone, specifically a whole gender of people, a whole group of people. But after sometimes just my observations of just what I've gone through, just listening specifically in the dating world and even in the mating world when I was in relationships, long term actually too, and why it terminated. They're all, when you think about the way women approach certain things, they kind of do act like children. Men act like children too. I will say that, and I'm not trying to add. Well, in a way, I guess I am trying to add balance. But every race or all people on planet Earth kind of have childlike tendencies. Women. I think when it comes to when they're ready for particular loving relationships and hugging and cuddling and things of that nature, I think they're a little bit more mature in that aspect than we are. You'll see men, we like to play a lot of video games. We can be joke around and be jokesters, a lot. So, there are certain realms. If you look at what people do, grown up people, get geared up to go to Disney World and they just want to zip line and they want to do childlike things, drive around and go muddying and all that other stuff. All of this stuff is just big kid stuff. It's just doing childlike stuff that costs money, something that a kid just doesn't have. And then maybe doing it with bigger toys. They may be riding around in a little electric car. We like to get on go-karts or, an ATV buggies. You see people doing it all the time. They're traveling all the way from the United States to go all the way to Dubai just to ride around in a sand buggy and ride in the sand dune. You can do that almost anywhere. You can go to places in, New Mexico and Arizona to do that. But I'm digressing, getting away from it, but I'm just trying to prove a point here. But going back to just specifically focusing on women, when you look at their demands, everything is a demand for them, specifically in a way that a child would throw a tantrum. And like I said too, I've been planning on doing this. I actually did a video covering because I actually took screenshots and was going to run through all of the different because I'm on multiple dating platforms, and I'm still going to do it because my old I actually accidentally deleted the video footage, so I have to remake the video. But just showing you what women write in their dating profile. When you look at how women approach things, everything is they have a lot of demands, but when you ask them, well, what do you do? Or what value do you have? They feel as though they don't have to answer that question. It is a very broad answer, like, I am the answer, or I don't have to. Look at me. It's all of these, very general. They don't like to get specific or detailed as far as to what they do, but they want their man. They can specifically determine what he needs to do and what he needs to bring. When you look at women, all of them say, I just want to laugh. I love to laugh. I want to laugh. I love to laugh. And when you look at, and you're like, okay, I get that you love to laugh, but what else is it there about you that will bring benefit to me in my life? Your laughter isn't going to bring me benefit every day. It may help me out on days when I'm feeling bad, but most of the times women are basically saying, you have to make me laugh. I love to laugh, so you better be funny. You got to be able to entertain me because, women, they want a comedian. They want basically Dave Chappelle, Suge Knight, and, I guess Shamar Moore and Idris Elba rolled all up into one man. So they want to laugh, but they want you to make them laugh. And again, these are sometimes things that kids do. They want to be entertained. They when it comes to heavy responsibility, they don't want to do it. They can do it. Not to say that women can't do it, but they don't want to do it. They don't want the heavy responsibility. They don't want to wear the crown, but yet they're the queen. And they always have an answer for that. Well, the queen doesn't have to work. That's what everybody else is for. They have an answer for everything. And so I have to say this to Mr. Let Go. He probably doesn't listen to my channel. I don't have that many people watching this. My platform isn't big. I don't broadcast that well. But I will have to say to this, if it ever gets back to Mr. Let Go, I honestly understand what you're saying. And also another thing too is that the emotional, aspect of it, like women just go to an emotional realm. It's an entitled, and also entitlement. So they go to an emotional realm when they get hurt. When a man gets hurt, yeah, we do sometimes, your anger may come out and things of that, but we can still rationalize it and still compartmentalize and say, okay, I'm angry at you for doing X, Y, and Z, but I'm rational enough to say that, okay, you've wronged me. Let's figure out how we can move on. And I'm not going to hold this over your head. And I'm not looking for get back. But women, when you wrong them, it's like they have to just continually drive the knife into you. It's almost like I can't beat them up. I know I can't physically beat them. So I'm going to just spiritually and emotionally and psychologically punish them. So they do certain things like file false police reports on you, domestic charges against you. They want to take everything that you own. I want to rip them down, girl. I just want to break them down. I want to take everything that's his. And that's not rational. That's just being emotional. Men don't do stuff like that. Or the average man, should I say. We don't do stuff like that. We know we can say, okay, I can walk away. Sometimes I have to take my L's, or I'm going to be strategic about this and I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. Women don't look at it from that perspective. And also too, like again, they're entitled. Everything, there's an entitlement. Well, what about me? You look at a prime example of that is you look at Kevin Costner's situation right now. His wife is the one that filed divorce against him. And apparently from his publicist, he's shocked and surprised. No surprise there. No surprise. He deserves to be surprised, but it's no surprise on the outside looking in. Because I think most men can say that we're shocked, because we're there for the long term and the long haul. No surprise that it came out of left field that she wants the divorce, but she doesn't want to move out of the house that he built, he owns. She want to take everything that's his sweat and labor because she feels entitled to it. She refuses to move out. And now I think he has a compromise where she's going to move into the guest house on the property. Well, if you want out of the relationship, why don't you walk away? If you're the one that wanted to walk away, why don't you just walk away with what you have? Just take your bags and rebuild. Because she can't. She feels entitled to something that's his. She feels as though she deserves to walk away but still be comfortable living equal to how he lives. And that was even a part of her argument. Like, she wants, I think, $200,000 a month. Because she's basically saying that when the kids are with me, it's going to be a step down and they need to live on the same level as you do. No, they don't. You decided to walk away. You pay the repercussions for that. There should be repercussions for that. So again, if you haven't checked out Mr. Let Go, he does have a channel. Check out Mr. Let Go. Check him out when they do that panel. I don't know what platform that is on YouTube. I don't know whose channel, if that's under his particular channel or under someone else's channel, but they do those panels. Check it out. Mr. Let Go, I'm just giving you a personal shout out to say I'm starting to understand and feel and agree with you on that. I still personally do believe that it's a little bit harsh to say that someone acts like children, but I definitely am starting to come around and soften up to that point. So once again, this is the Political Brown Kid. Everyone take care.